This is perhaps one of the worst. Okay, snap. This video is possibly one of the worst things I have ever done in The Sims. Today, I'm building a clown-themed restaurant in The Sims 4. Yes, a tragic clown-inspired diner. I'm sure a lot of you might know about the tragic clown now, but just in case you missed it, you can summon a creature called the tragic clown in The Sims 4. I'm sorry I called him a creature. It's not his fault that he's a sad clown. But you can summon the tragic clown to come to your lot in The Sims 4. I made a video on that recently, so I'll link that down below for you. But this build is inspired by not only The Sims 4's tragic clown, but my own clown-related tragedy. You may have heard of a villager in Animal Crossing called Pietro. He's a clown sheep. Yes. Well, basically, I've had a rough few months relating to this clown sheep. So in Animal Crossing, you can like hunt for villagers. You can basically go when you have an empty plot to like various islands trying to find a new villager to live on your island. And it just gives you a random one on each island. And there's like 500 options, you know, so it's kind of hard to find like the certain one you're looking for, but there's none that are like exceptionally rare, really, you know? It's not like my clown sheep is the most rare villager and that's why it was hard to find him. I spent months and thousands of Nook Miles tickets. I went to thousands of islands in Animal Crossing trying to find this clown, and I could not find him for like 7 months. I finally found him a couple weeks ago. So I do have my clown now, but it was quite the pitiful experience. So this diner is inspired by that. It's inspired by my clown sheep. And by the way, before you comment it, no, I don't want your Pietro handouts. So many people are like, Kayla, why didn't you just get his amiibo? I had Pietro, I would have given him to you. No. After I spent that much time, I couldn't just get given him. I had to find the clown. You know what I mean? Like it was like a pride thing. I had to find the clown so that I would not feel so sad about it. So I managed to make it work. It just took me a long time and a lot of bad luck to get there. But anyway, this is our tragic clown diner in The Sims 4. So this build was really heavily inspired by the diner from The Sims 3. So you remember in Sunset Valley in The Sims 3 how they had like that diner lot? It was kind of like a little metal like 1950s sort of diner. This build was very heavily inspired by that. And I wanted to have like a sort of red and yellow kind of theme, one because of ketchup and mustard, but two, because it kind of gave me clown vibes. Like I wanted it to be kind of bright and somewhat colorful in here. And so we sort of went along that theme. It took me some like trial and error to manage to make this place look okay. Like the outside is definitely super weird at first, but I managed to make it work, I swear. I promise it comes together. At the end we have like a parking lot outside. I mean, it feels very realistic. I also had a lot of fun setting up like all the menu and the workers' outfits and stuff for this lot because obviously all the workers wear clown costumes because it's a clown themed diner. The menu serves like primarily diner type food like burgers and fries and stuff like that. I just love the idea of this. I keep making diners in The Sims. Like I've probably built, I don't know, 10 to 15 restaurants in my day in The Sims 4, and I would be willing to bet that about half of those are all diners. Like this sort of like 1950s diner theme. Like I just keep making buildings like this, but this is the kind of restaurant that I want my Sims to come to, you know? I haven't really built any like proper fancy restaurants in The Sims, so maybe I should try that soon. Maybe I'll try and work on a proper fancy restaurant. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The one disclaimer I want to give quickly though, I'm warning you all in advance. So I got a haircut today. Obviously you're gonna be like, Kayla, I can't even tell. Like, you know you didn't. Yes, I did. I got a haircut today. I haven't gotten a real haircut in over a year and a half. Like I've been cutting my own hair. I prefer my hair to be like this length. I don't like it when it gets longer because it really bugs me when it touches my shoulders. So I kept cutting it myself for the last like year and a half because I was scared to go to a hairdresser, obviously, because pandemic and stuff. And I just got so fed up with my hair being so choppy. I was doing a terrible job. Like it was, you couldn't really tell in my videos that much because you only saw like the front of me, but like it looked so bad from the sides and the back. Like it was not good. So I finally went and got it like actually cut and like properly fixed by a real person with real talent. And it looks a lot better. I feel a lot better. Part of that is the fact that Dan is moving soon and we're gonna have to take like pictures and stuff, you know, and like this is a big life event that I'm gonna want to remember and I don't want my hair to look dumb. So I wanted to get my hair like properly cut so it would look better in photos, which I realize is a bit, I don't know, it's not vain to want to look like, I don't know, even in your photos that you're taking, right? But Dan's visa was finally approved, so we're gonna end up taking photos soon. So I wanted my hair to look nicer than before. So I got a haircut today, and again, it's not much shorter than before, but like it is a little bit. It's like an inch shorter and it's even. So that's all that matters. But the moral of the story here is that I've been pre-recording a lot because obviously I'm prepping for when Dan moves because we're going to have so much stuff to deal with once he's here. So I'm trying to get videos recorded. So I have like at least a few videos already done every week for the first like couple of weeks and stuff that he's here. And I want to have videos recorded for like when I have to go help move and stuff. So I'm trying to like backlog a bunch of videos. So I've been doing that for the last like week and a half. I've been recording like 3 or 4 videos a day every day for the last like week. Well, now I've just gotten a haircut, so I've recorded like probably 20 videos already. Now I'm gonna go record like 20 more and I'm gonna like intersperse them, you know? So like one day I'll have this length hair, next day it's gonna be an inch longer. Oh, then it's back. So my hair length is gonna keep changing in my videos for the next like month or so. So I'm just warning you now, when you come back on Monday and my hair looks different again, it's because I've been trying to mass record videos so that I have stuff to put out when Dan's coming. I mean, he's making an international move, you know, so we have a lot of things to deal with. So I'm just trying to make sure I have some videos ready so I don't miss uploads. But now my hair is gonna be changing lengths. So that's okay. It could be worse. The other thing is that we all know I do not like driving at all, right? So I was already a bit stressed about going to get my hair cut, and the person who cuts my hair has like moved since the pandemic, like to a different salon. So I was gonna go there to like her new place, you know, but I was really scared about getting there because it was new, and I was like stressed about the parking situation because you know what it's like. Anybody else? I know you all feel this way too. Okay, maybe not all of you, but some of you understand this feeling. And then I get my hair cut. It was great. I come home, but on the way home, it started pouring down rain and storming because of course it did. And so I had to drive home like 20 minutes in a storm, and that was unpleasant because I don't like driving and I do not like driving in the rain. The other thing, so I made this appointment when I didn't know The Sims was going to be dropping a gameplay trailer this week. So I made the appointment for Thursday morning thinking it would be fine. And then Wednesday afternoon, The Sims is like, hey, we got a new trailer coming out on Thursday morning. And I was like, what? Why do you do this? Why do they keep doing this? Let's just backtrack, right? And talk about The Sims' track record with release schedules, okay? So cut to last year, Eco Lifestyle comes out, right? For weeks, I had been saying, I'm gonna take a week or 2 off once I graduate and just decompress because I was so stressed and busy like the last semester of my college degree. I was like, my head was gonna explode. So I was saying the whole time, I was like, I'm gonna take a week or 2 off and just not exist as soon as I graduate. What happens the week that I graduate? Eco Lifestyle comes out. And so I had early access. I was trying to record early access videos for Eco Lifestyle during my finals. And then the pack comes out the week that I graduate. So I like, obviously I'm not gonna take that off from uploading and streaming because it's like a big deal and I was excited about it and stuff. So then didn't take a week off because of Eco Lifestyle. Cut to this new pack, right? The new expansion pack, Cottage Living, comes out when? July 22nd. When is Dan moving? The end of July. I swear, the Sims team is waiting for the biggest life events that I've got going on. Oh, college graduation? Dan is moving to America from the UK? Packs dropped. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have a wedding in a few years and The Sims 5 is gonna come out that weekend. I just know it. If you want The Sims 5, I'll plan a wedding. I'll book a date and then they'll announce The Sims 5. I'm just telling you right now, that's what's gonna happen. Because I swear they are planning their biggest releases around my personal life schedule. They're trying to make this more difficult for me. Like the birth of my first child, The Sims 10 comes out that weekend. I mean, you just know it's gonna be like that. Could you imagine a Sims 10? That's horrible. I don't want to think about that. I also don't want to think about having a child, so. Back to the clown. Somehow the clown is a more palatable thing. Child, ugh. Clowns, totally fine. Totally fine with me. The clowns we can get behind. So anyway, I really struggled with the exterior paint and like the color scheme of this building. So you will see me go back and forth a lot with the color scheme because I wanted it to look like the Sims 3 diner, but like we don't really have the things that I needed for it to look like the Sims 3 diner. So it was just constant back and forth over and over and over again. Oh, it was terrible. But I think I managed to make it work in the end. We did some kind of fun things with like colored lights and stuff too, which is cool. The one annoying part about this is that I'm sure you know this already because I complain about it all the time, but you can't change light colors in build mode. So I wanted to have like some red lights on the front of the building because it felt appropriate to have some like colorful lights outside of this red and yellow building, you know? But in build mode, you can't change the color of lights. So I had to bring a sim here to visit and then change the colors of the lights when he was here and then just keep going in and out of build mode so I could update it. And it's really annoying. Oh my gosh, sorry. One more thing I want to complain about. My parents are going to a wedding this weekend. My cousin's getting married. I'm not going because I've got too much going on. I can't be traveling to a wedding and dealing with this moving stuff. So I'm not even the one moving and I'm too stressed to think about going somewhere. But my cousin's getting married. So my parents are going to my cousin's wedding this weekend. And, well, there's a tropical storm headed towards Florida. So I guess when I post this video, we're probably going to have more news about this. As of right now, you can't really tell, like, is it going to get worse? Will it become a hurricane? Will it even hit Florida? You know, like, it's early days. We're kind of just watching it. One, the storm's called Elsa, which, of course. Do you want to build a snowman, Elsa, here in Orlando, Florida? But of course, my parents are going out of town as a hurricane is headed towards Florida. I'm gonna be by myself in a hurricane. That's not true. If it actually becomes like a bad hurricane, my dad will probably come back and then like wait it out with me because one, I don't think he'd want me to be alone during that, and two, I don't want to be alone during that. That's very scary. But like the thought of this, of course, the first time my parents go anywhere after all of this, there's a hurricane coming. The one weekend I will be by myself. A hurricane? I know I'm like overthinking and definitely like going to extremes right now, considering it's not even like actually officially gonna be hitting here at all. But I'm just sitting here thinking like, what if I have to evacuate or something? Like what if it gets bad and I have to evacuate and I'm alone? Like packing up my cat in my car and like, anyway, that causes me a lot of stress, the thought of that. In the past, like since I've moved out of my parents' house, like a couple years ago, there was a hurricane that hit Orlando, and like I went and brought my cat to my parents' house and waited out the storm there, just in case like we lost power. I would prefer to like not be alone. I don't know. The thought of like waiting out a storm and like losing power, or like what if a tornado comes? I don't know. I don't want to be alone in that. I don't know what to do in that situation. Like, what if my house gets destroyed by a tornado? What then? What am I meant to do? I do not want to be here by myself for that. So anyway, I'm a bit nervous about that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I've been through a hurricane or two in my life. I've got some hurricane supplies and stuff already, like some canned food and like flashlights and, you know, extra battery packs to charge your phone. Like I've got all that stuff covered. It's just a bit spooky, I'm not gonna lie. I had a power outage last week, actually. This was horrible. I have done like probably 4 sponsored streams ever, maybe 5, I don't remember. I've not done many sponsored streams. I've done like 3 sponsored videos too. I've barely ever done much sponsored content, you know? But of those few sponsored streams, twice now, my power has gone out in the middle of them. My power doesn't go out. Like, it is not normal. Like, it's not like it happens all the time. It's very disproportionately affecting the sponsored streams. But, like, not power went out properly during the stream. Like, my power just, like, flickered. Like, something got struck by lightning, and then it, like, flickered and turned off. And then, obviously, everything came straight back on. But my Wi-Fi router had to, like, take a little bit to, like, reboot and stuff. So, in the middle of my sponsored stream, I'm sitting here and, like, I don't have any internet for, like, 15 minutes waiting for it to come back so I can go back on stream. And then later that night, the power line actually got struck by lightning, knocked out the power at like 9:30. So it's pitch black outside at this point, and then the power goes out and it's storming really bad, and I was just scared. I don't think I'm afraid of the dark until like it's dark, you know? Like the lights in my house are out. The lights in every house remotely nearby are out. The street lights are out. Like then it's dark and that scares me. Plus it's storming and so it's like loud and thundering and I just hate. Anyway, it ended up being okay and it came back on in like an hour or two, but why did it have to flicker like that in the sponsored stream? They didn't care or anything. Like I'm pretty sure they thought it was funny, but the fact that it's happened twice now, like these streams are like high pressure, and then like why does that have to happen, my stream die, when there's like I don't know, other people relying on the stream not dying, you know? Basically, I'm just bad luck. So don't sponsor me. If you're watching this and thinking, I'm a company, I'd like to work with lilsimsie on Twitch, I don't know. Are you sure? Are you sure? I can be unpredictable. And I do things like make clown-themed restaurants in The Sims. Anyway, we're kind of coming close to the end of the video here. We're getting a little bit more done. We put a little parking lot in the front yard. We've got some outdoor seating. There's a big diner sign. I managed to put a little bit of landscaping. I loved how the outside of this looked. I feel like it seems really realistic. I wish so badly that we had more like actual parking and cars in The Sims. Like, it just feels so right to put parking in the front of my builds. Like, this diner would 100% have parking. And I guess this is the lot in Oasis Springs where the rattlesnake juice bar usually is. I just bulldozed it and then put this here. There's like pretend parking lots behind it, but I wish there was more parking. I don't even care about like actual functional cars. I just like the idea of the realism of having a garage and having parking spaces and having the decorative cars. Like, that's just so realistic, especially where I live. Like, there is no public transport here in Central Florida at all. Like, this is a very car-driven city, you know? They built America around cars. So it's weird to like not have cars and try and build like real life community lot type things, because parking lots are such a big part of them. I always think about this because most of the time in real life, a place like this would literally just be a big concrete box with a parking lot in front of it. Like, think about your local grocery store, like, you know, the big Target or whatever. Like, Target is ugly. It is a giant concrete box with a giant parking lot in front of it, you know? Like, trying to build that in The Sims, it just looks bad. They've done better about making them like more interesting with like the wood that they've added to them recently on the outside. You know what I'm talking about? Like, all these places are doing that. They're making like Wendy's has like wood out on the outside, Target does. But for the most part, like these big stores, they're just giant boxes of concrete. They're so ugly, which is why I really struggle to build community lots in The Sims, because I don't know how to make them look not ugly. Like, any reference picture or anything I know in my mind to base it off of, if I built that in The Sims, it would be bad. Anyway, I just talked about nothing for so long. The build's over. Let me open up my game and then we can do a quick tour of the building. So here's where I've placed it, the Tragic Clown Diner in Oasis Springs. And it looks like this from the outside. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. Like, I'm kind of pleased with this. It feels like it makes sense. I did some kind of interesting things with platforms on the roof. Got a big neon sign, like the parking lot I was talking about. I didn't realize that they have one of these thingies, you know, these like parking stops. They have those in Debug, so I put them here. There's a mural you can paint on the outside. Got some like dumpsters and stuff. On the inside, you walk in, there's like some bar seating along the side of the building, which I feel like makes sense to have the big neon sign and the little bar seating. Couple tables. My booths disappeared. Ah! There's supposed to be booth here. It looked like this before. It's just gone. Okay, well, put move objects on before you place this lot down, apparently. I love this like memorabilia shelf above the booths. I think it looks so cool. Got some like bowling trophies and clown things and stuff like that. And then there's a bathroom just with 2 stalls and a couple sinks, really simple. Little like hallway for the workers. They have to store their clothes here so they can put on their clown costumes. The version on the gallery doesn't have this, by the way. I was play testing it. So there's food left over. That's kind of gross. Ignore the mess. Here's the kitchen, casual stuff. And then as far as the menu and things go, obviously all the staff wears clown costumes at all times, which I thought was quite funny. The chefs have the red and yellow, the waiters have the blue ones, and then the hosts have the pink and purple ones. And then I made a custom menu. I put what in my mind is like super diner type food, like root beer float, coffee, orange juice, iced tea, like breakfast food almost, like bagels and things, eggs and bacon, hamburgers, pancakes, you know, all that kind of stuff you'd expect at a restaurant like this. And then for dessert, they only have pie. Isn't that fun? Oh, we're gonna have so many new kinds of pie when the expansion pack comes out. Oh, that'll be exciting. Okay, so we can update it. But anyway, that's the whole place. It's on the gallery if you want to download it. I love to bring my Sims to places like this. It's like a fun casual spot for like teens to come with their friends or whatever. In my opinion, it is useful and also clown themed. I loved getting to use this wallpaper too. Like, when can you use this weird dot wallpaper? In a clown restaurant, that's when. And if you want to learn more about the Tragic Clown, I'll link the video for you because I did make a Tragic Clown video this week, so I'm sure you want to watch that. And on that note, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Now I'm hungry. Maybe I'll go make some lunch.